Okay. Let's start this masterclass, Human Design Masterclass. Welcome, everyone. I'm really happy to do this masterclass. I wanted to do it for a very long time. So here we go. This is the day for it. So today we are going to explore the foundation of human design. And we are going to cover what human design is, but also what is not, and how you can support yourself with the practical skills to really create the life that you want. So we're really going to go inside the foundation, which are the energetic types, the strategy, how your aura works. And of course, I will share all the practical tips and examples that you can implement in your daily life easily. And also we will explore what else human design can do for you to support you. So we'll talk about emotion, where are your hidden talents, how to find your thriving environment, or even to create a lifestyle who support your health and vitality. And of course, we will finish to see how I can help you with your self-discovery journey or parenting journey too, because it's also for children and parenthood. And we will finish with the Q&A, and you can ask all your questions, but I also want to make it interactive. So feel free to raise your hand just for asking question, and if you want to have a specific question when we go into your type or your aura, etc. So I hope you have your chart to follow. It will be, you can make the most of it with it. I'm just going to turn off the sound over here. Okay. Should be okay now. Okay, is that all right for you? I'm just going to see quickly. Okay, we are all good. Continue. Okay, so welcome to the transformative world of human design. If you feel like it, I'm inviting you to take a screenshot of the masterclass. You can tag me on social media, Facebook or Instagram, with your haha moments. Don't forget to tag me, of course. And I will send you 3 detailed variables, which are your digestion, your environment, your motivation and perspective. We will go through a few of those in the class later. And you will get 10% off on any readings or blueprints that I offer till tomorrow. So yeah, feel free to share the love. So we're going to start with what human design is and is not. If the slide want to come up, here we go. But first, for those who doesn't know me, I'm Sarah. I'm approaching the big 40, but I'm really happy about it. It's amazing, even more every year. I'm French, in case like you didn't recognize my accent, but have been in New Zealand for the last 5.5 years now. And I've been a lawyer for 10 years in France. And I quit when I was not excited, satisfied anymore, and it was a lot of frustration. I will go back to that later when I will share some example. Then I moved to New Zealand. I was traveling alone. like by chance. I was not supposed to be in New Zealand. I was in Australia, actually. But I ended up in New Zealand and I loved it. I really fell in love with the country. And I met my partner the first day I arrived. So this is meant to be. And now we are the happiest parents of a wonderful 2 years old daughter. And she's my biggest healer. So I've been on my spiritual journey, development journey, deconditioning journey, and did all the transgenerational work since a bit of a decade now. But it's an ongoing process, of course. And I met human design 3 years ago, or maybe human design met me in a podcast, funnily enough. I don't know if you know, but I'm hosting a podcast too, where I share my tools about human design. So yeah, nothing happened by chance. So here we go. And have studied it, experimented it. It's all about experimentation, and practicing it since. And I use it for my daily life with myself, with my parenthood journey, because my partner is Scottish, so we don't have any family support here in New Zealand. And it's where human design have been really life-changing for me, because it's your own manual, but it's also your children manual instruction. So yes, we we come to this life with an instruction manual. So it's better to use it, isn't it? So yeah, this is me, and I'm a manifestor generator 5-1 profile. I will tell you, you will discover what is it about in this class. And as a 5-1 profile, I'm really here to support you with practical skills to thrive in your life, with family, friends, work, like in any area of your life that you would like. And the 5 profile, it's really about universalizing new things, and it's a very karma design, so karmic design. So it's really here to help you to heal your wounds, after I've done mine, by sharing the knowledge, which is here to give you great foundation and security, which I also need. My incarnation cross with human design, which is my life purpose. So it's my sun, earth, personality and design. I will talk to you about that later. Is a karmic one, as I was saying, left on goal. So I'm here for others, basically. And I'm bringing my own contribution to the collective by showing example with abundance of the spirit, the gift 55, and with a great understanding of others' emotion, and to really create deep connection. So here I am to support you on your personal journey and empowerment, because I'm basically sharing the skills that you can use on your daily life for discover yourself and embracing your family dynamic. So I created the life that I wanted for myself. I have an amazing relationship with my partner and with my daughter. I do what I love for a living. I have time for myself, for my family, my relationship, my friends. Sometimes not in that order, but yeah, I really create the balance that I want in this life. And I'm here to share those examples for you to create your life that you want. So if you are on your self-discovery journey and you are looking for that too, the right place, because you're going to discover your true nature and who you are born to become with human design. You can explore your skills and talents to reach your full potential. But it's also attracting abundance with your aura, because life is going to send you the right people and the right person coming to you. And we basically uncover with the human design your limiting belief, the old pattern that doesn't serve you or your family anymore, to embrace the change. And it's all about deconditioning, basically. It's also allowed you to gain the confidence, or having your confidence back, maybe, to really recognize what you are here for, what are your gifts, your talents, your strengths, and what doesn't belong to you. It can also really help you with all the communication and how to interact best to reconnect and communicate better with others without doing much more, actually, just about awareness. And it starts with you as a person, and if you are a parent, and human design can also support your unique parenting journey, and really celebrate the uniqueness of your family by respecting also your individual needs and everyone needs in the family, recognizing your and your co-parents' strengths and vulnerability, that you can optimize your co-parenting style, improve the communication in every member of the family by understanding how the emotions are working around, to avoid like the conflict and shouting that can happen sometimes. Avoid to pass your own conditioning on your children, but also the one that society try to taught us. If you are ready to embark with me on this journey, we are gonna start with what human design is. So if there is any question, feel free to put it on the message, and I'm gonna see it, or just wave me. So what human design is? So human design is a self-discovery system called the science of differentiation. And it combines ancient wisdom with modern science, because there is the astrology system, the Chinese Enneagram I Ching, the chakra systems, and the Kabbalah tree of life, but also the quantum physics. It has been channeled by who is a Canadian in the late 80s. And it basically shows us our unique blueprint in this life, what we came to do. So it's not a personality test. As you know, it's based on your time, date, and place of birth. And it's really not a religion either, because it's all based on your own experimentation. The founder said that don't believe what I'm saying, just experience it, like just live it, try it through your personal life, and you will see if it validates for you or not. It's not a cult either, because sometimes people don't really recognize themselves first, but if I just like scratch a little bit, they can recognize that it's a conditioning most of the time, from their family or education, or and also it's not a psychology therapy, even if it can look like it. But having a reading of your unique design brings a lot of awareness and acceptance. Doesn't mean it's easy. It requires a little bit of work and time sometimes to integrate. I still have clients who come back a year after and say, oh, I got it now. And that's fine. It takes the time that it takes. I still have my own aha moment. More I dive into my own design or my family design. So I don't know if if everyone got their own chart yet. If not, you can DM me and I will send it to you. I will send you a more detailed chart because you can find them online for free. But I haven't paid software, so I can share more details with you. So your chart, use your date, time, and place of birth, and create the body graph. So this is the body graph, and you can see you have all the activation of the planet on each side with gates that you're going to find into each center who represent the chakra system. And you have the lines who are represented by the I Chings, and you have channel between each channel. We're going to go through that later. This side is your personality side. It's how you are, that you see yourself. It's conscious. But this side, the red one, is the more unconscious one, more on the body. So sometimes you say, no, I'm not like that, but your partner say, yeah, you definitely are. So it's more unconscious, sometimes less accessible for you. So some center are going to be activate or white, open, but once again, we will go through that during the course. So this is your unique design, and it's really tell you about you or your children. So we are going to start with the foundation of the human design and the energetic type. So the energetic type is the essence of your design. It's the first thing that we look at when we look at your chart or your children's chart, because it tells you how your energy works, how to attract the right situation and people to you, how to interact with others, and your gift too. So then you can discover your true self and reach your full potential. So there is 4 energetic type. Each one has his own way to be in a flowy life with less resistant life. Each one has a strategy to interact with the world, has different aura to attract the person to you, and also have their non-self team, like when you're not aligned with your design. So basically, we have the manifestor who are here to initiate, the generator, manifestor, generator. So generator is the energetic type, manifestor, generator are a type of generator. So sometimes we say it's there is 5 types. It's not, it's 4 types, but I will have a specific focus on manifestor, generator. Then the generator / manifestor generator can respond to the initiative of the manifestor. The projector are there to guide, and the reflector are mirroring them back, basically. So the cycle is perfect. Everyone has its place. So if you want to tell me in the chat, which is your energetic type. And if you don't have it, that's okay. I'm going to go through them all. So the generator, manifestor generator, they represent 70% of the population. And they have, manifestor, yes. And the generator, manifestor generator are really, we live in a society made for generator, manifestor generator, basically. What represent them is that they have a sacral energy, a sacral center defined, which is this one. Just checking, manifestor generator. Okay. So the sacral center is defined in both generator and manifestor generator. And what's going to make a manifestor generator is that the sacral center here, the life force energy center, is defined, but also there is a connection with the throat center through a motor center. So it can be through the root center, through the solar plexus center, through the heart center, or through the sacral. So yeah. For example, few generator, you have Oprah Winfrey, Beyonce, Einstein, or the Dalai Lama. And for the manifestor generator, we have Mother Teresa probably in English, Martin Luther King, David Beckham, and Angelina Jolie. Well, there is a lot of other, just few examples. And what defines them is that they have this sacred energy. So they are really, really energetic being. They are here to build, to work. So they have this life force energy, this workforce energy, but it's also the sexual energy. So it's very, very strong. And they are here to be joyful and to love what they do. So of course we're going to say, oh, but I cannot love always what I'm doing. Of course, in your work there is things that will be less joyful, but in the overall you have to feel this joy. It's extremely important. So the generator are here to master their art, and they do one thing at a time, and they are not quitters. So they have to really commit when they enter in a relationship or in a project or in anything they do, because they can be sometimes people pleaser. They're going to say yes when actually they are not really excited about it, or it's not aligned with their decision making that we will explore a bit later. While the manifestor generator is here to multitask and to be multi-passionate, to do a lot of things at once. And he's a very fast thinker, fast doer. And the other side of that is that they are going to sometimes skip steps. If a manifestor generator and a generator start the same task at the same time, the manifestor generator is going to be like super quick. But then he's going to skip steps. So he's going to have to go back to it and then to arrive to the finish line. When the generator is going to respect every step on the way, and then at the end, he's going to arrive at the same time that the manifestor generator. So it's just about accepting the energy of the person. I have a client who is a grandmother of two grandchildren, and one is generator and one is manifestor generator. And then she understood that she cannot act the same with her manifestor generator grandchildren. And it was really relieving for her, because she could see that he was playing with a lot of things around and not finishing, changing activity. And it's basically what I see a lot with clients who have manifestor generator children, because I always have this conversation where they say, oh, but people tell me that my child is, lack of focus, and maybe they have ADHD. Like, no, it just how the energy works, and you have to let them do that. My daughter is a manifestor generator. I am a manifestor generator, and I let her play, like I put her in front of her 10 different activities, and I can see her doing one and going to the other one and going back to the first one. While my partner, he's a generator, so he always going to offer her just one activity at a time, but that works for him, not for her. And she's frustrated quite quickly when he does that, because the non-self-team is a frustration. We will talk about it later. So the first advice for generator or manifestor is to ask them, or to ask yourself too, if you are a manifestor, generator, or generator, close question. It was for the children, of course. So the sacral knows exactly what he needs in the moment, if it's a no or yes. But if it's an open question, it doesn't know. So if I ask you, like, do you want to go to the beach now? Like, your body knows what you want, what is the line for you, and what you have the energy for. If I ask you, what do you want to do this afternoon? Maybe your sacral doesn't know, but you have to follow your strategy and authority. We're going to go through that. But yeah, your body is telling you. So for the generator, there is a lot of generator adults who try to be manifestor generator. But they burn out because it's not how their energy works. They have to do one thing at a time and not trying to multitask all the time. As I was saying, my partner is a generator and I'm a manifestor generator. So we had to learn how to respect both energy and how the other one is working, because for me it was very slow and not efficient, the way he was doing, but it's his way. And for him, it was very frustrating to see me like being all over the place and multitasking all the time and moving all around. It's extremely tiring for him. But then now we are aware of the process who is happening, so we can accept the other one energy, laugh about it and let it go. It's just about awareness, basically. And yeah, it's really about your family dynamic, but it works with anyone, with your partner, with your parents, with your siblings, with your children, with your colleague, your friends, like anyone in the world, basically. So yeah, as I was saying, manifestor generator can quit things a bit more easily because they are really fast, and when we've done the thing, we are done, and we want to move to the other one. I quit my job as a lawyer, and people thought I was completely crazy, but I was not exciting anymore at all. It was not my value anymore. And it was just not the life I wanted to create for myself, working 70 hours minimum a week and not having any time for myself. Just respect your rhythm, that you do one thing at a time, or that you are fast, and not try to be a manifestor generator if you're a generator, and not try to be a generator if you're a manifestor generator, because on the other side, we say to people, oh, you start something, so you finish. But I will have ended up really frustrating my life with a job that I didn't like because I committed to it. And it's okay to quit when it's not aligned anymore. So then, here we go. Sorry. The strategy. So the strategy is how you interact better with the world. So for the generator and manifestor generator, the strategy is to respond. So what does it mean? Responding to what? So you have an open and enveloping aura as generator, manifestor, generator. So you can respond to anything in your life around you, basically. But it means that you are not here to initiate, which once again, it's very difficult in this society, because we are pushed to initiate and do things and go forward, etc. So generator and manifestor generator are not there for that. Only the manifestor are here to initiate. And then if you initiate things, it doesn't mean it cannot work, but you are gonna meet like more resistance on the path and maybe regret it a bit later. And so I have a client, and she had been trying to create a course in her field for more than a year, and like it was not working. There was always something who were on the way, and then suddenly someone asked her to create a course, to offer her a course. And then she created the course in 2 days. This is what responding is. So it can be a proper invitation from someone, but it can be also something that you hear on a podcast, or that you see on TV, or that you read in the newspaper. So, for example, for my podcast, a friend of mine said that she will love hearing the wisdom on a podcast, because we share conversation about it all the time. And then I could respond to her. But for example, if I had listened, or maybe like on social media, create your own podcast, maybe it will have been my sign to respond. It's all about your authority. We're going to talk about it later, but really responding to what life is bringing to you. And the signature for the generator, manifestor, generator is satisfaction. So to find satisfaction in the life, while not aligned with their self, it's frustration. And in my previous job, one day my partner told me, like, you really come back, and he knows about human design, and I talk about it all the time. He knows, but it's not his own thing. And he doesn't know specifically the word of human design. And he said, like, you know what, when you come back from work, like, you are not that happy that when you share your reading, your human design reading. And it was it. I was like, yeah, this is it. It's the reason why I need to quit the previous job, and I don't feel satisfied anymore. And I have all this frustration and a lot of resistance. And I decided to quit again. And then in the same week, I remember how much readings people offer me to have a reading and pay me for it. I was like, okay, this is it. This is responding to life. Does it resonate with the manifestor generator here? Let me know if you have any question. Okay, we continue with the projector. The projector are less than 20% of the population. I'm just checking the question. Oh, it does resonate. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad that you, I hope like you respect your multitasking energy. So the projector, 20% of the population, and they have the sacral, who is not defined. Like here, you can see it's white. They are non-energetic being. So they are not here to do the work, like the 9-5 job is definitely not for them. They are really here to guide us. But for that, they need to be seen and recognized first. So then they need to recognize and see themselves first in order to be invited. We're going to go through that. And they need a lot of rest. They don't have the sacral force energy, so they cannot keep up with a generator or a manifestor generator. And actually, when they are going to meet a manifestor generator or a generator, so if you are a projector and your children or your partner are manifestor generator or generator, being next to them can lead you to burnout, basically, because when you have a white center, open center, you take the energy of other and amplify it, but it doesn't belong to you. So then you burn out, because like it's not your energy. It's the reason why you need to be in your own energy a lot, alone, and to rest on your side. You're going to be really, really efficient for a few hours, and that's it, you're done. You need to rest. Few examples, people who are here to guide us: Barack Obama, Brad Pitt, Diana, or Marilyn Monroe. There is a lot of the other, of course. But so if you're a projector, you are not lazy. Your children are not lazy either. This is a bit the thing for projector. But no, you just need more rest than generator, basically. And you can see really through people with your aura, and you really have to respect your energy. I was talking about this grandmother earlier with the two generator manifestor generator grandchildren. She is a projector. And when she understood that, yeah, she doesn't have the energy for keeping up with them, she understood why she was crashing after having them for the whole day. So now she just reorganize the day and make sure she have time before and after for herself, to just respect energy. And I have also clients who are projector parents. And so I have one in mind specifically that she was really struggling with her baby, who is a manifestor generator, like a lot of energy. Look, I'm a manifestor generator. My daughter is a manifestor generator. And I struggled too at the beginning because this strong energy, and then you have all the other people who are saying, oh, that your child has a too much movement, too much energy. But no, that's okay, it's who she is. Anyway, to go back to my example, this projector mom really find an organization in a job, to not have to do the 9-5 job because it's not for projector, and then to have moments with her and not to sleep with in the same bedroom that her daughter, to not pick up energy. Very important. Human design can really help you with the sleeping part. It helped me massively. It was one of my biggest struggle with my daughter. It also tells you sleeping chart, which is totally different of your chart. But yeah, it's for another masterclass. It's fascinating. So the projector, their strategy is to wait for invitation. So that's really more specific than for the generator, who need to respond, because an invitation have to be really like a proper formal invitation, like I am inviting you to apply for this job, for example. As I was saying, their aura is very focused and absorbing, so they're going to see through you, and they are here to guide you, but they cannot be invited till they haven't been recognized by others, and seen by others for the quality that you carry. So what do you do during the time you wait for an invitation? Because it's a big frustration for a lot of projectors to wait for that invitation. It can take a long time for the big question. You're not going to wait for an invitation to, do your grocery, of course. But you cannot respond as a generator to what you see, what you hear, etc. So you really have to take time. Most of the time, projectors love to study a lot. So focus on what you love, what you like, rest, and the right thing are going to come to you. And more you recognize yourself, more you acknowledge your quality, you see yourself for who you are, more it's going to help others to do the same, and then invite you. And if you have projector children, invite them to do things, to do activity, to offer them activity, a new activity to discover. They love projector, love to do this kind of thing. Also, you can invite them to speak, because what I can see with the projector, children and adults, actually, they're fed up of waiting, to be invited to talk, mostly, because they are really here to guide us. So they have amazing insight to give you, amazing advices to give you. But if you have children or people around you, tell me in the chat that if that does resonate, because invite them to speak and to give you insight in their advice, like insight on what they think about the situation. Even if you don't follow what they say, it's going to really help them, because what happened is they build this bitterness, which is their non-self-team, instead of feeling successful, whatever the success is for them, actually. And then they are going to suddenly speak out of nowhere, and they are not going to be heard or listened, and they are going to feel like they are transparent because they haven't been invited, they haven't been seen first, they haven't been recognized first. So that is really, really important for them. I have a client who was so bitter to finding the right job, and I think I put it in the testimonial at the end. She sent me a message saying she did the work on herself to see her quality, her talent, take the time, rest, study what she loves. And then she sent me a message saying, I got it. I got the dream job that I was expecting, I was waiting for. This is it. But yeah, there is a bit of part of waiting. I'm just checking if there is any question. Okay, now the manifestor. So they are really precious because they are less than 10% of the population. They also don't have the sacral energy here, but they have the throat center defined. They are also non-energetic beings. They are extremely independent, and they are here to impact the world. Like when you have a manifestor who enter in the room, you notice them. When they leave, you feel it too. It's the energy who does that. And they are really are gonna have like super strong energy. They can start new things. They are here to improve the whole world and to start those new things. It's gonna be a very fast energy, but then they need to rest. And if they try to keep up with the manifestor generator type, it's not going to work either. They are going to burn out too. So few manifestor, Frida Kahlo, Johnny Depp, quite popular those days, Adele, Jennifer Aniston, or Eclair. So I give that a bit, not to scare you, but it's just showing you the energy. It's very strong. And they don't like to be told what to do. They are really independent. So they really have to learn how to, it's not the right slide, how to communicate. The manifestor aura is really different. It's going to really for them, it's going to be really for them to inform a lot, because their aura is going to repel people. It's a closed aura. So people are not like, they like you or they don't like you, basically. But you can feel a lot of resistance with people. And your way to do, to break that is to inform. And it's probably the last thing a manifestor want to do. But it's what's going to help them to do what they need to do or want to do. So yeah, I have a client partner, he's a manifestor. And she understood and accept that he needs to do his own thing at his own rhythm, and he doesn't want to ask around if it's okay. But learning to communicate together has been life-changing for them. Same if you have a child. I have a few clients, I'm thinking about 2 right now. And when you have a manifestor child, it can be really challenging for parents because they don't need you, basically. So you can feel like, oh, look, wait, I'm the parent. I'm probably useful for something. And yes, you are. You are here to give them your support when they ask for it, because they are not gonna want your help most of the time, and you can feel like they are taking a lot of initiative, and they are good for them. They are here for that. But when you have a child who want to jump in the lake, because that's a bit scary if he doesn't know how to swim, of course. But most of the time, they are wiser than we think, because they have this energy that they carry, and they can initiate, they can explore the world. And the only thing you can do is ask him to ask you the permission. Don't just leave the house without telling me to see the neighbors. Just, okay, mom, I'm going to see the neighbors. Basically, they don't really ask you the permission, that's informing you. And just find a way to communicate with them. It can be a note on the fridge or a text message, depending on the age, or just find communication. More you communicate and more people communicate to you, inform you, the more you're gonna feel comfortable and have less resistance. And if you have a manifestor children, the school system can be really hard on them, because they have been told they are told what to do, what to eat, where to sit, and all day long. So just give them the freedom to choose their clothes or their activity, or the food that they want, for example. That's gonna help them. Does it resonate for the manifestor who are with me now? Let me know. Okay, we continue. The last one is the reflector. So they are less than 1% of the population. So the one I'm sure you're gonna know, it's Sandra Bullock, Rosalind Carter, Yul Brynner, or Amma, the Indian who is hugging people. And basically, all that center are open. So they have zero center defined. They are non-energetic being, but they are also lunar being, which is totally different. So they are really here to reflect the world, the environment, and the people around them. It's make them very empathic, because they take the energy of others, amplify it. So they are highly sensitive. And their strategy is to wait for a lunar cycle, which is 28 days. I would love to know if I have reflectors in here. Feel free to manifest. And their signature is to be surprised, because, there is none one day who is the same, and it's going to depend on the transit and who they are with and where they are. I had the chance to have one client that I started to work with who really struggled in life, because he's just not at the right place, not with the right people. So, if you have a child who is a reflector, just changing few things in the bedroom for the decoration, it's gonna be like life-changing for them. And sometimes, it's about changing school, and make sure that they are with the right friends. For them, it's going to be really, really important to be in the right environment with the right people where they can trust and feel confident. So yeah, for the reflectors, the last thing that I can share with is really learning about the transit, because some days are made for manifestors, some days are for projector, so depending of the day, sometimes it's going to be the right energy to make a decision, and sometimes it's going to be an energy to rest. And learning about the transits and the moon transit, it's going to be really, really helpful. Does it resonate with the energy types? Do you have any question on your energy type? Feel free. You can keep them for the end too. So the foundation of human design, what we just talked about, about the energetic type, it's like just a part of your design. Of course, it's a huge part. If already you follow that, that'd be amazing. But in a session, we really explore how to gain clarity on your life choice and how to make decisions. That's have been really life-changing one for me. We see how we can manage and deal with the emotion for yourself instead of reacting to the emotion, but also in your household, because it can be quite intense sometimes, isn't it? We uncover your talents and see how you can reach your full potential, see where the conditioning can appear. I can help you to find your unique environment, to nurture your effectiveness and live out your purpose, and basically, identify your lifestyle that suits your health and vitality, and see what is your true calling. So, for example, you can make decision very easy with human design, with your authority. So we always say, follow your strategy and authority, and that it's already a lot on your life. Your authority is your way to make decision align with your design and not with your mind, basically. So it's really guiding you on the right path for you and what you have the energy for. So understanding everyone decision process in the family is quite essential, because everyone has different need, and we are not made to make decision as quickly as some others. So drop me a message to tell me which authority you have. I'm just going to cover a few. But yeah, if you want to tell me what is your authority, I can focus more on those ones. So there is 7 authority: the sacral authority, the emotional authority, the splenic authority, the ego authority, self-projected authority, and mental and lunar authority. Just checking the chat. Yes, splenic. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna start just with the sacral authority, which is, we talk about it for the manifestor and the manifestor generator. So there is no awareness here. It's physical, and it's basically telling you what you have the energy for at the moment. It's work in the now. And as I say, it's answer to yes or no question, and it does sound. So I'm a sacral authority. So if I say, does my name is Sarah? This is my yes. Does my name is Roberta? No, it's not. So you can recognize what is right for you or not straight away. And my head center in my chart is open. So I used to overthink all my decision, and it was always very difficult for me to make decision. But I have also a lot of gates of perfectionism in my in my chart, so it doesn't help. It's not just one thing at a time. It's the whole. It's the whole. Okay, you're sacral, awesome. So yeah, it's just it's what we do in a reading. Like, we take everything, because you can take everything, understand everything independently, but then there is a story in your chart. So basically, with the sound on your body, in your guts what is right for you in the now. And you with the time, I don't ask myself now yes or no question vocally. I do that in my head, but I can feel my body, like, he's contracting or opening. I can feel it. And if so, try your sound, find it, ask people to ask you yes or no question around you that you can resonate with, and then you're gonna find your sound. And if your children have this authority, they probably do already a lot of sound, and you're gonna see their frustration, or if they are happy or not. That's a good sign to see if they are aligned or not. And sometimes the sacral doesn't know. Sometimes it's like blank. So it's just not their moment. You just have to build this relationship with your sacral, basically, and to feel what is right on the moment for you. And so at the beginning, don't be scared. You're gonna want to try to answer with your head, and then just try it a bit later. I wanted to just give you a little insight on the solar plexus one, which is the emotional authority, because this authority work very, very differently than the sacral. Like there is almost 50% of the population with this authority, so it's quite crucial. And I feel like this world is all about emotion and power, basically. So when you understand the emotion, that makes a huge difference. Because if you have a solar plexus, emotional authority means your solar plexus here is defined in your chart. And it means that you don't have clarity in the now. It means that you have big emotion that you experience, and you need to let pass the wave of the emotion before finding clarity and acting or reacting. And this is the risk, the conditioning part of it. It's like to want to react to it. So if you are parents with solar plexus opened, you don't have an emotional authority, but your child or your partner has this emotional authority. You have to understand what's happening, because for example, I'm a sacral authority, so I know in the now what is okay for me. My daughter, she's solar plexus authority, an emotional authority. So she experienced big emotion, and then she needs to let pass the wave. And you have different kind of wave, like tribal, or collective, or individual, and each one has different needs, different way to express. And my daughter is expressing it through a big crisis for transformation. But before knowing that, it was really, really, it could have been difficult, because I checked her design quite soon, as soon as she was born. But it's, take time to integrate. And for her, she's going to learn in his life to not react to her emotion, but really respect her wave before finding clarity and to make her decision. While with me, this center is open, so I'm going to take her energy and amplify it. And like at the beginning, I couldn't let her cry for even a minute. So you're going to say it's all the parents, but for me, the lesson here is really not to take it personally, and to see which emotion belongs to me or not. My partner and I, we are both sacral, so it's good. We know exactly what is right for us in the moment. But then our emotions are completely working differently, because we don't have the same gate activated in the center. And we are both taking our emotion and amplify it, because our both centers are open. So then we realize that, we were taking the emotion of the other one and just throwing the emotion at each other, and like it was not working. But now, once again, we know what's happening and like, oh, it's okay, it's not my emotion, it's his. I'm just here waiting that can give the support, and that's it. And he can do the same. So this is how emotion can work in the family. So if you have emotional authority, it's your way to make decision. Wait for clarity before reacting or to make any decision. But knowing the gate activating design can help you with that. And be aware that when you are with other people who doesn't have this center defined, that your mood is going to affect everyone else because they are going to take your energy and amplify it. So yeah, that's it for there is way more, but I would like to talk about the splenic authority. So the splenic authority is in the splenic center here. And this center is a center of intuition. It's a survival center. It's the first center of awareness. And it's also where you have a lot of fears, like fears of inadequacy, of fear, of authority, of not knowing enough, or not to be good enough, or the future or the past. But there is other fears in your chart hidden here also too. But yeah, this is the center of survival. So when you have a splenic authority, you know straight away in your body, because it's quite physical, what is right for you. It's all about your intuition. And the thing with the spleen is you really you really have to know how it works, because it's only speak once. So the difference with sacral authority, that it's right in the now too, but it's very different than the splenic one. It's like you are at the crossover on the road, and the sign is saying turn left, and you say no, I need to turn right, and then you turn right, and I don't know, an hour later you heard that there was a big accident there, and it will have take you like ages to go home. This is how your splenic is doing for you. And you really need to trust yourself. This is all about your trust, about your intuition, in the now. And it doesn't need to require any explanation. So if your child, for example, has a splenic authority, questioning him, oh, why do you say that? And I don't know, I just know, my body knows, that's it. So yeah, that can be a bit challenging for a child. Trust them with the splenic authority. And know that if you are around someone who doesn't have a spleen center defined like you, that people can have a bit of attachment issue, because they are going to feel very good with you most of the time, because it's like the well center being, if you are true to your design, of course. Does it resonate for the splenic authority? I'm not gonna do them all, but after you have the ego and the self projected authority, so it's going to be completely different. It's going to be more about what is right for you, or to talk a lot about it, or the mental or for projector and reflector who moon authority, who are going to be more about your environment. So that's a bit different. Yeah, that resonates. Awesome. So that is for the decision making making easy for you, that we can explore in your design. And once again, depending of which gate are activated, it can make a total different design. So then in a session, we can explore your profile. So your profile basically are the role you are in this world, your talent too. It's a bit like the superhero cape that you put on, to fulfill your life mission. And it's composed of 2 lines. So on your personality side here, the sun conscious here, and the unconscious design side here, those lines. So you have 12 different profile: 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 5, 3, 5, 3, 6, 4, 6, 4, 1, 5, 1, 5, 2, 6, 2, 6, 3. So the 1 is the investigator. If you take the metaphor of a house, he's the foundation of the house. It's where the house is built, basically, and it's bringing the authority and the security, the foundation that he needs, but also that he brings to other people. So it's the one who is gonna need a lot of detail, studying. I have this in my one in my unconscious side. I need a lot of details. Before doing this podcast, I was really like, oh, I need to know everything, but before doing it, and blah blah blah. But then you never start if you do that. So it's important that to not try to do it in a very perfectionist way, because if not, you're always going to feel like you don't know enough and you want more, etc. Can you tell me in the chat your design, if I can focus on them? But yeah, I can give you so the first one, the investigator. The second one is the hermit. So this is the natural who have natural talent and also needs a lot of time alone, and there is a lot of projection on them, like nice projection. And like if we take again the metaphor of the house, it's like it's in the nice space, like on the ground floor, where curtains are opened and people can see. It's quite nice. Then the martyr, the 3 lines. So I'm sorry, I'm not the one who makes the world of human design, and sometimes it can be a bit like, ugh. So the martyr, he's the trial and error one. It's the one who experienced life deeply, and through the trial and error, they are going to know exactly what is needed. And like it's a bit of it's a lot of adaptation. And so my partner has line 3, and for him it's all about experimenting thing. He's not afraid about it. While parents can feel like, oh, I have a lot of parents, parents who are, oh, 3, I don't want my child is a 3. But you know what, like the design is perfect. Your design is perfect. Your child design is perfect, because it's exactly what it's meant to do, meant to be. So those persons are extremely adaptable, and their experience is not, what parents can find. What I notice is that they find that, oh, what I'm going to do with this child, like he's always like doing new things, and not choosing one path, and like but for them nothing is mistakes, it's learning, like learning and growing. And after, it's so beneficial for them in the future, because they can know exactly what is good for them, because they have to experience so much before. My partner has a line 3, and I'm a line 1, so it's quite opposite. And I think I shared this example before, but when we were looking for us, was like, why we don't go and live on a boat? And for me, like, it's like, what? I need details, or tell me about it. What are you thinking? Like, but like, no, like for me, I need foundation, I need security. I don't feel safe at all. But for him, he said, but we can just try. And for him, if we have done that, maybe he will love it, and maybe he won't. But if he won't, or if he didn't, like, he will have said, oh, that was amazing. Now we do something else, and that's fine. So that's it. Your child are okay with the 3 line. I'm just checking your profile in. We have a 6-2 and a 3-5. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna focus a little bit on that. So I continue with the 4th line, the opportunist, which is the social one. Opportunist, not in a bad way at all. He's the networker, the one who really need the community around them. It's very important, and everything is word to mouth. When the 5th line is the heretic, so I'm a 5th line, it's really here to bring practical solution to the world, to clean the karma of others. From the 5, it's a transpersonal incarnation cross, which is toward others. When under the 5th line, it's more like your life purpose is really focus on yourself, a right angle. It's a bit different. But yeah, the heretic, he's basically on the house. He's at the 1st floor, behind the curtain. Light is on, so people can see you behind the curtains, and they think they know who you are because they see you, but actually they just see the shadow, because on the 5th line, there is a lot of projection, a lot of expectation, mostly of their wounds. You just need to be aware of it, because they are going to project a lot of things, and it's your job to respond to it with your strategy and your authority, to respond to it if you're a generator, or to wait for an invitation, and to use your sacral, your emotional, your splenic authority, whatever your authority is. So a lot of projection on that you need to be aware of. And the heretic could feel like not belonging to a group, like a 4th line. I had that in my childhood a lot. I never belonged to a small group. I have friends, very good friends since forever, but it's more individual friends. The 5th line is very independent too. And it's quite a leader. So I felt really rejected, because I could see a lot of people with small group, small community, but 5th line are made for stranger. Doesn't mean you cannot have friends, close friend, of course. But stranger are gonna come naturally to you and come and go, and you will have the right person at the right time, but they are not going to necessarily stick with you for a long time. That was one of the biggest healing for me, to really accept that. Does it resonate for the 5th line? Yeah, the 5th line, it's really here to universalize things, as I was telling you at the beginning, and really bring great foundation to people. And then you have to combine it with 2 numbers. So for the role model, it's a 3-part life. The first 30 years of your life are going to be the 3 line, the martyr one. So a lot of experience. And then from 30 to 50, you know what's right for you, because you experimented a lot. And then you are on the roof. So you are already toward something else. You can see the perspective, you can see the view. And then it's when you become wise, you become the teacher to share your knowledge. And that is really important to honor in your life. So yeah, what else can I say about the profile? Yeah, just tell me if it's resonate with you or not. Yeah, I said it. And yeah, for the profile, for you, your relationship with your partner, children, whatever you want, you have some dissonance of harmony with the number. So it's really important to know those profile lines, because knowing it, you're going to bring different needs to everyone. And for example, in my family, we all have a five line, so we know that we are all extremely independent and we need like time alone, and that's really important. And I need to accept that my partner just do trial and error, and that's it. He also bring me very practical solution, because we have the fifth line in common, so that's great. Let me know if you have any question on the profile. So we continue with the centers. We are in the middle of your chart, of course, so that's quite important. So the center are represented by shapes, and they represent basically the chakra. They are based on the chakra. And they are really your strengths and vulnerability too. And it's where you're going to experience like your biggest conditioning. You can see some are activated, color, or some are white. When it's color, you have consistent access to it. When it's open, it's going to depend on your environment or the transit of the day, basically. And when it's open, you take energy of other and amplify it. So it's really important to know what belongs to you or not. And of course, it's going to be where you're going to be triggered by your kids or your partner or your mom or your colleague. But knowing that after, it's just letting go. So there is one center of manifestation. It's a throat center, speaking, acting. One center of identity, it's the G center here. So it's all about self-love and direction. There is two center of pressure, the head center, where it's like inspiration, creativity, and the root center. It's more the adrenaline, stress center, pressure center. We have three awareness center, which are the spleen center. We talk about it. It's all about intuition and immune system and awareness. The ajna center is how you conceptualize ID, process information. And the solar plexus, we talk about it a lot with the emotion. And the sacral, which is like the motor center, the life force center, the sexuality, and the art center, which is the ego center, the willpower energy. So when you have it defined, you have the energy, depending of which center is, which gate are activated, or if you have a full channel, that's going to change massively your energy. But it's really important to be aware of. And when it's open, it's where the conditioning can happen. So I was telling you about this head center. When you have it open, that's amazing, because you can feel really inspired by people around you. Like you want to write something, you don't have inspiration, you go out, you see people, you connect with them, and then you have your inspiration. But it's where the conditioning can happen. And the conditioning there is thinking about all the things that doesn't matter for you, or to other things. And basically this is a bit the war thing for our society, basically. So that is a big one for me, that I deconditioned for a long time, to really recognize that, oh, this question doesn't belong to me. When my partner wants to live on a boat, like he can find the answer for it, and because for me, I need to have the answers right away, like why and what can I do, and like, no, it doesn't belong to me. I don't need to overthink that, because that put a lot of pressure on the open head center. So yeah, really, really have to be aware of. Another just a little example with the G center, the identity center here. It's when it's opened, it's really to try to find direction in life, or to find love, or seek for love. When you're just here to experiment different direction and different love, maybe, the throat center, the manifestation center. If you have it open, we talked a little bit earlier, but if sometimes if you don't respond to someone, or if you are not invited, or depending of your strategy and authority, you're gonna speak if you have it open at the wrong time. And if you notice that you are trying to attract attention, you know that it's not who you are, and it's not gonna help you to do whatever you want to do. The solar plexus, the emotion, we talk about it, but it's when you have it open, you can want to avoid confrontation, because you don't want to feel that pain that the other one is feeling, like it doesn't belong to you. But it's where you are here to become wise, basically. More you have open center, more you are wise, and more you are here to become wise about it. So that's very, very important. Yeah, I don't want to go into all of them, but if you want to go into one specific one, feel free to ask me. But then, yeah, knowing which center is defined, where your energy is, it's totally life-changing. And we can check the gates and what is bringing for you. So for example, I have in my identity center here, I have the gate in my throat center, sorry, I have the gate 8 defined, and it's in my conscious zone. So it's like my life work. It represents my life work. It's very, it's like, your sun personality, Earth personality, sun design, and sun personality, and Earth design, sorry, represent your incarnation cross, and it's like 70% of your personality, basically. And I have it in gate 8. So this is my life work, and this gate is really a gate of the individual contribution to the role. So it's really bringing my individuality to the collective. So I hope I'm doing that, but it has to be really for the collective. And I have it in line 5, so it's 8.5, which define my profile. And I have it in detriment. Actually can show you. It will be a bit easier. So you see, this is my sun conscious. I have in gate 8 and line 5, and there is a little triangle here. I have it in detriment. So it means that I can have the tendency to it can be more difficult for me, and this line 5, it's really like the teacher or the parent who cannot let the child go. When I understood that with my daughter, it's made like all different, because I didn't want to put her at daycare or anything, but then I was in my detriment, like I didn't want to let her go, and it was very strong for me. But then I studied penta family, which it's a bit different because you look at different center of the gates have different meaning too, and it tell you basically what your place and needs are in your family, and you can see who is home, who is outside, who is social, who brings money, who is in the education, who is in the tradition, who is in the planification, or who is in the discipline. And in all penta family dynamic, I'm home, my daughter is outside. And then she also is a market environment. I will go through that just after, but it's really mean that she had different needs than me, and it's how it helped me to accept to let her go to daycare for a few days a week, that everyone needs was met. And then we have the channel, so it's like in between two gates. It's connected to centers, so it can be active consciously or unconsciously. And then you're going to have plus or minus access to it. And that gives you your definition. So you can be a single definition, or you can be split definition, triple definition, quad split definition. So if you're a single definition, you're going to be really, really independent. With the split definition, it's all about relationship, and then it's in your bridges that your conditioning is going to happen. So it's where we study in the session what belongs to you or not, and where the conditioning is happening for you. And it's also a way to tell you how you process information, which is very, very useful with children, because some needs have an active brain or a passive brain, or active mind or passive mind. So that it's all what we can do in our design. So for example, you have a channel from the throat center here to the spleen, which is 4816, and this is really how you become master of your art. It's a talent channel with the time, by mastering your work and doing really hard work. But when there is one gate missing, the 16 gate is really the enthusiastic one, like joyful one. But if you don't have the 48 gate on the other side, which is the gate of death, like, you can want to always to try to have more depth and more information and more skills, etc., when you don't not necessarily need it. So because you're going to be attracted by what you don't have in your design, but you don't have to. You just need to be aware of what energy you carry or not, because life is going to bring the person who bridge your bridges, or or define your center. When you do a family reading, we look at all those gated channels who linked together, because sometimes you're going to activate a channel and a gate together, and you have some who are in compromise, some in electromagnetism, some who are in dominance, and where it's mechanic. So where there is dominance, like, let it go. You cannot do anything. Just be aware of it, for the peace of mind of everyone in the family. After you make your decision, like you stay or not, but that's belongs to you. So that is what we can explore in the center, and then in the gate, in the channel, in the definition. There is so many layers in the human design, and this is what is fascinating. Any question? I would like to talk about environment and how you can find your unique environment in your design. There is 6 different environments, 6 color, because for each environment there is 2 different variants. And it's really, so it's not a place, it's the environment that you are into, basically. It's really open up for you all the potential to live your purpose, and to really be to thrive in your life, basically, and attract for you exactly what you need, and with the less resistant path, for sure. So do you know if you know your environment, feel free to put it in the chat. So the first one is cave, the second one is a market, the third one is kitchen, the fourth one is mountain, the fifth one is a valley, and the sixth one, the last one, is a shore. And then you can have variants, as I was saying. So your environment is the top arrow. It's part of the 4 transformative arrows that you have above your chart here, and they can be on the right or the left. It's going to tell you if it's passive or active, so totally different needs. My daughter and partner are active environment and passive environments, so I can always see that happening. It's so funny because when you are active, you are really observed. When you are passive, you are you go more with the flow, with the rhythm, and not be as much active. And you are the observer, and I can see that all the time. That's extremely funny. And yeah, so for example, I had a client who is Valley. So Valley is really about communication and acoustic, where there is noise or you can hear the noise, and it brings people together. It's very gossipy, like and she's a therapist, and yeah, she was working from home and feeling really not energized at all. She was struggling. She didn't have enough clients, and so then she started to go to the cafe in the morning to walk a little bit, but just to take the temperature. And then she started to meet a lot of people, have more booking, and she even have been offered like a place to share for a practice, and then have even more clients. So that's really amazing. And I have another client who is also Valley, and she moved in the house at the first floor. But for her it was like very difficult because the Valley, it's on the floor, on the ground, and she needed to be really anchored. So her son, he's mountain, so for him it was really, really good for him to be upstairs. But then for her it was so difficult. So they moved in another unit where she was, and then it was a kind of loft, so he could be upstairs and she could have a bedroom on the ground, the first ground. So it was a win-win for everyone, and then she was sleeping well again. And because it's really about your well-being and how you are re-energize yourself. My daughter, for example, she's a market environment. So the market is super social. And you can see her. She's in a social environment, like she's so happy, so excited. So I link with the previous thing, like she's an active environment too. In her family Penta, she's the one outside doing activities outside. So it's all linked to understand her design. And so for her, well-being is really about to make bonds with others. So when she's sick, I basically bring her to the supermarket. Sorry, it was coming. It's a few minutes. So I bring her to the supermarket, or of course not if she has like a 40 degrees fever, but you know what I mean. It's light her up, basically. So it's just to show you that it's where you can really thrive in your life. That is for those few examples. I could spend like an hour on all of them. But yeah, tell me if there is one you want to explore more. So we continue. with the nutrition, your it's called exactly the determination, digestion. And there are 6 colors with 12 possibilities again. And it's really not what kind of food you're going to eat, but more the circumstances and the condition who are best for you to eat. They're going to nurture your body, but also your brain, and light up all your senses. Because you have 12 possibility. It can be appetite, consecutive or alternative, test, open or close, thirst, hot or cold, touch, cold or nervous, sound, high or low, light, direct, and indirect. So you can see that it's the evolution of our society too. And the 6th one is more developed and very sensitive comparing to the first one, who is more from the cave, then it's going to tell you if you need to eat on the regular basics, not being hungry, not fasting. It's going to tell you if it's better for you to eat through the day only when you're hungry. It's also going to tell you how to feed your brain with information. So, for me, I need to be fed with a lot of information, but for someone else, it's going to be, one information at a time. And knowing that for kids, especially for the school system, it's like really crucial. So for example, I'm thirst hot. So it means that my body temperature is a bit lower than others. And I need to really nurture my body and my brain function to stay warm and eat and drink hot. So not like hot necessarily, but warmer than my body temperature, basically. So I'm not lying. I have my bottled water here always on me, and I have always a thermos full of tea next to me all day long. But it's how my body works better. It's really how I function better with my brain, and I don't need to do any diet or anything. It's helped me to regulate my body, and that it's really life-changing. When I'm I cannot eat anything. I can eat a salad. It's cold. That's fine. But then I'm gonna make sure that I have plenty of hot tea or water after, or hot bath, or But if we have a hot meal for dinner and then it's cold, or it's just warm, I cannot eat it. And then I make sure that I wait that everyone is served, and I let my meal on the cooker or anything, and then I serve myself the last one to be able to have the hot food. Because if not, I'm not enjoying it at all. And second, I'm gonna feel that I need to eat more when it was not necessary. So that's really important. My daughter, she's light, direct light. That have been really challenging when she's born, because I was breastfeeding, and at the all the doctors and nurses, they are saying, wake up your baby every 2 hours to feed her. And I was like, no. She's sleeping. I'm not wake her up. And then she never ate at during the night. She doesn't. And our child know by themselves how to do it. And this is the nutrition is really the bigger thing that we can condition us and our children, because someone who with all the owner that there is behind, like, want to breastfeed their child, but if they are cold thirst, for example, so straight away you give them food hotter that they need. But the parents, there is no blaming into that. You don't know the design, and maybe you're going to learn with the time, but there is a great part of conditioning that we can avoid by knowing the design. Yeah, I just want to check the chat. So yeah, sure. Thank you for coming. So that's for the nutrition. And basically all that, it's what we can explore, all that even more, but it's a part of what we can explore in a session. You can really understand that everyone has different needs, role, place, talent, challenging, and it's just putting awareness on that. I'm not pretending to know you better or to know more your children, but I can read your chart, and your chart never lies. So I really bring those practical tools in a session for you to discover your nature, to your unique design, and then you can create. You are the actor, the creator of it. You can really transform and embrace the change that you want. And yeah, you could see that you are unique, but your child is also and the way you parent them is also unique, above what the society have taught us and what the society what we have been taught, basically, because you can provide this nurturing lifestyle for them, and respecting your own parenting way, by respecting the individuality of everyone in your family. There is also in the human design chart a way to tell, like, if your child are more inclined to homeschooling, or they are okay with the current actual scholar educational system, and giving them the skills to embrace their future. So it starts with you, but then it's so useful for our children. So I put few clients transformation here. It's really what I see in the session. It's really that it brings back more confidence, and take off thing off the shoulder to accept who they truly are, and getting rid of the conditioning that doesn't belong to them. It's really lead them to a less resistant path in their life. So yeah, if you want to take the first step into your unique design, I'm offering different reading. So you have the foundational reading, the individual one. So we look at the most important part of your design that we went through today. We do the same with the family to see the interaction and respecting everyone's needs. The Penta family dynamic is also available. It's for a family from 3 to 5 people, and we see which place and which need in each family. I'm also offering the advanced reading to go into each gate and channel and really explore your talent and your life purpose, your abundance, and really your path to success. We can really go deeper into your relationship. I offer relationship reading too. Most of the time it's with the parents or with the partner or with the child, but you can do that with everyone. I've done it with my mom, my dad, like to really have more harmonious and whatever you want to create in your life. And then also I have the inner child blueprint. So it's a audio recording format. So it's really easy to access and because it's just in your pocket, you can listen my little voice in your ear. And it's a lower price too. So it's for every budget. Um, yeah, you can contact me directly by DM, or you have the information if you want to go on my website. I also have a YouTube channel and the podcast, if you don't know about it, Human Design with Sarah Jean. Don't forget the bonus if you want to receive your detailed variables, so digestion, environment, motivation, and perspective for free. You can share a screenshot of this class on your social media. Don't forget to tag me. And get 10% discount on the reading and the blueprint till Sunday. So yeah, I'm open to any question that you have about your design or your child design. If you want to have your chart, DM me and I will send it to you too. That's it for today. I really enjoy to do it. It was really nice to interact with you. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the weekend. And thank you so much for being here. And I will see you somewhere else at some point. Have a beautiful day. And bye, everyone.